guys, so here with my buddy Ramon, back with the Genesis. So we got a performance intake system by K&N. So it's as you guys can tell, it's dark out. Got the lights out to help with it. So so here's the lovely instructions. So it looks like start out by just popping these up like so, pretty simple, and then we're gonna have to go on to the screws over there, because this, I don't know if you guys can see too well, like this, the intake pops down and comes right into here. So there's a couple bolts. There's one right here, I already loosened it. Another one, they are just regular little latches, so make sure you don't loosen it too much like this one, otherwise you're gonna have to go get another clamp or try to thread it back in, which is never fun. So there's that. These just loosen the pieces that are holding this stuff down, which they look like they're gonna be kind of a pain to, there we go. Okay, also there is the sensor right here. I'm assuming that's your mass airflow sensor. I can get a better shot of it. It's right there. I think you guys should see that. So also disconnect that before you pull something off and snap that, because that's not a cheap fix usually. Okay, so second attempt with the ratchet. Yep, a lot easier. So yeah guys, you're definitely going to need a ratchet for this one. I thought I could just do it with my little screwdriver piece, but it's a little more sturdy than that. You definitely don't need a breaker bar for these by any means. It's pretty light once you do it with the ratchet. I would recommend an extension for this piece though, or a deep socket. I have both, just because, you know, I can. So yeah. So before I continue, recap, there's 4 little pieces right here that you want to unclip, and then that equals getting off this piece of the intake. Then you have this box, which has 1, 2 bolts for supports. Then you have 1, 2, 3 screws for clamps that you're going to want to loosen. And then you're also going to want to take a you're going to want to unclamp this and just slide it down, and then disconnect that, and then you should be, and then also, yeah, my bad, you also want to unhook your airflow sensor and make sure that you unclip before you yank it off, because you don't want to break that, because that's a bit expensive. So these are fully unscrewed now. They don't actually pop out, so what you're going to want to do is just move, oh that's really oily, everything out the way, and just kind of fiddle around with this. Should be pretty simple. So there's that.
Really ink it.
I don't want to break it though. Okay, so first, so there's a throttle body. If anyone doesn't know where their throttle body is on their car, that's what that is. It's probably gonna be really hot. So I'm gonna grab these. There we go. Simple. Last piece of the intake, just a little boot. So guys, there's a couple more bolts. There's 2 of them right here. Now they are 10 millimeters, and you are going to want to remove these as well. Just be careful not to lose the bolts. It's a lot easier if you take the engine cover off. I am going to be lazy and not take the engine cover off. So yeah, like I said, just be careful. It's kind of a tight fit back there. So there's 2 bolts right here. It's just kind of a pain to get to one of the bolts back there. So I'm just gonna take off the the strap bar. Just to make it easier on myself. So now there's another clamp right there, and then also right there, and then there's just a little clamp you need to clamp. One more clamp, and it's right down there, and it is super hard to get to. So guys, just got the pieces off. As you can see, there's no more pieces there. So guys, there's this piece and a mini clamp with something like that, and inside here there is that, which we just took that piping off. So we are now going to put that over it. So guys, just got the clamp on. That's what it's going to look like. It's kind of a pain because you have to work in that little area, so just be careful. I'd recommend a really small screwdriver, or if you have a couple extensions, just to get yourself up over this and somehow. But either way, it's a pain in the butt. So guys, next bolt right here, it's attached to the coolant hose. You're just going to loosen that because one of the bracket pieces is going to connect to that to keep the intake in place to where it needs to be. That's just on there. So it took a little bit of force to break it loose, but once you get it broken loose, it's not that hard to get off. Just got to be very careful with this thing so I don't lose the screw. Okay, so guys, we have this piece. So what you want to do is you're going to want to add the trim around it. It says cutting will be necessary. As you can see, I had to cut it a little bit. Then what you have is your intake. There is a plastic piece that comes with it that it slips in right in the intake, and then you have your little clamp. You're going to want to clamp that down. I already got one screw in. Now just be aware, on the one side, one of the brackets is going to sit on it, so it's just going to sit right on there. You don't want to put the screw in. So guys, there is a bolt right here. It's a 10mm. It's for the mass airflow sensor, so you're going to want to just unbolt that. Yeah, so we got our brackets all on there. Next thing you're going to want to do is take the little rubber stopper that the kitting comes with, and you're just going to put it there and just spin it till it's nice and tight on there. Now the next piece, the little bracket that connects to your coolant, guys, the bolt down the bottom, so you have a spacer. You're going to want to put the spacer on the outside of the bracket, and then there's the piece, spacer, then the bracket piece, and then the bolt. That's what you're going to want to do to get it in there properly. It's in kind of an awkward position, so I'm just hand tightening it for a while, and now I'll get my ratchet to it. But just as a warning, it is an awkward fit. But you want to make sure it's really nice and tight, because this is what's going to be holding your intake in, as well with the other one that's right here, which I think is a size 10. We'll see in a sec. Yes, it's a size 10. I'm just going to tighten that down, because that'll hold your intake in. Now it won't wiggle everywhere. So guys, next piece, you want to get the 90-degree bend, and what you want to do is there's your mass flow air sensor electronic piece that goes on the end, and it sits inside of there. You want to screw that down. You want to get the straight piece with the and then bolt it in right here, and then the 90-degree angle piece bolted in, so it's going to sit like this. So the next piece to the puzzle, this piece has a little bulge in it. Just want to, you're going to want to slip one of the clamps over, set that down, make sure it's nice on there, and then you're going to want to clamp it down. So next piece is you're going to take this, and you're going to take this step down piece, and you're just going to grab a hose clamp, slip it over, put that over like that, slip the hose clamp over it, and then you're going to want to tighten it down. Okay, so we finally got it on. It's honestly a pretty big pain in the butt to get this thing to fit. So once it's on, you just want to tighten the hose clamps. You don't want any leaks because that doesn't help you in any way. Just takes away power. So I'm just tightening this one. Start out with, just make sure it's nice and snug. Then on the other one, I'm going to tighten that down as well. Just so you guys can see what that looks like on there. So now my hand's creating a shadow. It's freaking like 10 at night now. So let's get that tightened down. Okay, that's nice and tight. So now that's on there well. But we're still not done. There is some hosing and piping that we still have to take care of. The kit should come with a long piece of piping. So one is going to attach, one side is going to attach into this, which you just connected earlier. And then the other side is just going to attach into there like so. And then the other piece is going to hit on this 90-degree down here. And then you're just going to have to, you know, angle it a little weird. Get that there. And then wherever I put my pliers over here, just move the clip. And have it sit on that so it's nice and closed, so it won't open up, because that's never a good thing. So that's nice and done right there. So yeah, so we have this piping. Just make sure you move the clip as well over here. Intake sits on that side of the intake, and you have the 90-degree down there. Next, what you guys are going to want to do is, oh, that's way under there. Well, that's a pain.
Here, let me see. We got it.
Mass airflow sensor. Attach it back in. And let me just make sure, but I'm 99% sure. Oh, that's what we got to do.
What?
We got to do this. So, make sure you guys keep the clips that go to this and everything. So then what you're going to want to do, set this down on here. So guys, just finished putting that in all the clips. So we got the fresh air that goes into the air filter, which then goes up there, and that's how you install the K&N Performance air intake. Yeah, also guys, just a quick note, it is a 2013 Genesis Coupe intake, but this is a 2016 Genesis Coupe, and it fits perfectly fine, that we found out. No problems, 50 carb smoglio, because we live in California. Kind of a pain in the butt to do. It's not hard, it's just very tedious. It took us about 2 hours to do now, I'd say. Yeah, 2 hours. And we are doing it in the dark, and this is a lot more complicated than the 350Z one. So if you guys are planning on doing this, it's just some simple tools you need. But just be prepared, it's going to take a little bit of time just because it's very tedious. They do call to take this off your car when you are getting it done. We didn't do it. We didn't really have a problem with it. And then we just have to, that's a good point, we have to tighten down his strut bar, and then we'll be good to go. We'll can't do it in my neighborhood because it's too late out, but we will take the car out, get some nice sound clips of it. Yep. Okay guys, so we're leaving my house. That was the 2016 Genesis V6 3.8 liter install of a intake. If you guys liked the video, like and subscribe. Catch you guys in the next one.